National Raceway, and you can see what's left of Jeff Green's right front tire. That's the reason he was into the wall. In fact, the crew is waving him back in. Here he comes right in, and he is going to make another stop here in pit lane. He's a little far out. I think they're going to take a check and make sure that everything is A-OK before they send him out, since we're still under caution. But they're not sure quite yet what happened. They think that the tire cut down.
You better hustle because they're getting the brake. Oh, they're going behind the wall. Jeff Green is going behind the wall.
Benny, they say they're done for the night, that the truck just isn't going to handle. So we'll try and catch up with Jeff, get back to you.
Green goes back in the air. First restart of the race on lap 51. Mike Bliss, the leader.
And Hornaday got that great restart. Goes by Keselowski on the outside to take over the 6th spot.
Next in his sights will be Joe Ruttman. Yellow hood, LCI, number 80. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Right there. Mike Bliss has had this all his way since he zipped around his old USAC rival, Kenny Irwin Jr., early in the race.
And here goes 16 truck on the outside. Look at the distance he lost to Ruttman by trying that outside groove. And here's Schrader right on the back bumper of Bliss.
Kenny of Winston Cup fame, making his first truck start of the season, but was 5th in the Richmond race 2 years ago, 1995. Got the potential for a good finish here this evening as he keeps the pressure on Bliss, but really hasn't launched the attack yet. Let's find out more about what happened to Jeff Green. He's with Marty.
Yeah, Jeff, you pulled it behind the wall after the contact. Give us the reasons why.
Well, we cut one of those tires. The right front tire cut down. Probably run over something. I was running a little higher than everybody else to try to get it run off the corner. And kind of biding our time. You know, it's my first time. Appreciate Clarence and Redman for letting me do this. Thought we'd get a pretty good truck at the end of the race. Had a lot of things we could work on. Not my night. We're looking forward to Saturday.
All righty. Dave, Benny, please stop sending me customers down here. I've got enough to do.
And Mike Bliss, the former leader, is now back to 2nd spot, and he just might lose that at Irwin. Tries to get on the inside.
You know that Irwin is going to pull his way right back by just to show Bliss he can. After Mike did that to him early in the race. But look at Kenny Schrader. Check out on these guys.
And Kenny Irwin moves into the 2nd spot. Now we got a battle for 3rd between Sprague and Bliss.
Bliss caught out. Ruttman sitting there. Nope, couldn't get inside to prevent Bliss from coming down. But Mike doesn't yet close the door. Now in turn 1 he'll do so. Well, Ruttman couldn't take advantage. He'll stay 5th. Bliss goes from the lead to 4th. Wow. Follow Kenny Schrader up through the field as he started in 7th spot. Took him 55 laps to get to the lead. Ruttman's going to take another shot now, try to get around Bliss.
And now 29 Keselowski trying to get that position back from Ron Hornaday. He lost on the restart. He will do that.
Don't look in. Down there.
Now Rich Bick is looking on the inside, just like the spotter told him.
Still there. Inside, he's got one with him. 17 in the 3.
Jay Sauter is right there behind Bickle to try to take advantage of this. Jay Sauter, who started 25th, has come through this field in a hurry.
Going with him. Clear behind the 3.
Hornaday suffering.
And there goes Sauter.
Good inside. Looking now. Still there. Clear behind him.
That's Chuck Bound going by the X-side truck.
The rear bar.
Hornaday says the rear bar.
Remember that you're hearing 2 or 3 different sets of radio communication there. Spotters on more than one truck. Looky there. Keselowski has taken the number 29 Dodge right up past Joe Ruttman and into the top 5.
And look out, here he comes on the inside of Bliss. Whoa.
They call Earnhardt the Intimidator.
Man, is Keselowski getting a grip off that corner tonight?
Look at that thing. He's just blowing by these guys. this has not been a great weekend for Dodge. A couple of better Dodges had to take provisionals here. Tony Raines, a winner in this series this year, had to take a spot. Keselowski says, hey, man, it's all up to me. I'll go out and do it all by myself. He's just blowing by some of the best trucks in the game.
And Mike Bliss, the 2, is getting very, very loose. We've seen him wiggle several times. We'll check the speeds at the line. Oh, there's a battle for the lead as Irwin takes a look on the inside. I'm sorry, this is not the speed. This is how far the trucks are behind the leader. And we see back in 10th spot that Hornaday is over 4.5 seconds behind the leader, Kenny Schrader.
Some good trucks, in series terms, that do not appear to be very good here this evening. Hornaday being at the top of that list. Riding with Irwin as Sprague keeps the pressure on him. Meanwhile, here is the second-ranked driver in the series, Rich Bickle in the 17, pursued by the rookie Jay Sauter. And Chuck Bound in the 99 is trying to tag onto the tail of that freight train and get around Mike Bliss as Bliss goes backward. Mike has slipped to 8th, and Bound is about to put him 9th. Pretty dramatic evidence here, Benny, of how quickly a truck can go bad.
Looking inside. Clear.
That's a 17, Rich Bickle spotter, telling him that Jay Sauter's looking on the inside. You talked about Jay Sauter. Look, folks, he started 25th. And here we are on lap 63 when he moved into the 7th spot.
We can get more on Mike Bliss's truck, I believe, from Marty.
Benny's eagle eye has struck again. We checked with Barry Dodson, the crew chief. He says, yep, Mike is very loose. He's hanging on for dear life.
Remember, in truck racing, they do get a mid-race break somewhere around lap 95 to 105, most likely 102. They will throw the yellow and bring the trucks to pit road for attention, adjustments, whatever you think your truck needs for the second half.
Clear.
And Barry Bodine, he's only run a handful of truck races. He moved by Ron Hornaday. Jeff Bodine's youngest son.
Side by side for second spot. Jack Sprague on the bottom, trying to put the move on Kenny Irwin Jr. The Ford holds on. The assault from the Chevy.
Now Sprague's going to try this on the outside. I don't think so.
No, that definitely didn't work. So Irwin keeps the Ford in the middle of the fray up front. Got a Chevy in front of him and a Chevy behind. We'll take a commercial break and come back with more.